good. I like it. Yeah. We've got some ground to cover today, so hang on. Here we go. All right, I'm gonna start. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back. I love that we've got a market center where it's hard to get your attention. It is so much nicer to be in a room where people talk to each other than one there was like that cold silence. So thank you for that. So hey, this is Keller Williams. Our mission is to build careers worth having, businesses worth owning, lives worth living, experiences worth giving, legacies worth leaving. We'll talk about all of that today. We also want to make slides that are hard to read, apparently. But that's a little different, right? We're not focused on you selling property this month. We're focused on you developing a career that you love, a business that you love, a life that you love, experiences that you can hand on, and legacies that are worth leaving to your future generations. And I think that's great. Legacies to our cities too, all of that. And we'll talk about a little bit more of that later. Our goal is to be the real estate company of choice for agents and their customers, and you guys are a big part of that. It doesn't matter the leadership of a market center. If the agent pool is jerks, no one wants to be there, and you guys are awesome, so thank you for that. And again, our values are God, family, and then business. We want your life in order. So, our Y4C2Ts are what guide all of that. These are the ideals we seek to live up to in our business and in our lives. Here to share a little bit more about our Y4C2Ts, as he does every single week, Mr. Brett Beachel.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Good morning. So, I always love giving that great quote of the week. This week, this one guy named Warren Buffett, maybe you've heard of him a little bit, I don't know, he's like America's investment expert, and he said this: delight your customers. That's the secret to success in sales. No one has ever gone out of business having millions of delighted customers. And that's a part of these Y4C2Ts. That's like the road that we take in the map of our business. If you want to go to San Francisco, you don't get on the 10 freeway, right? You got to be on the right road. And that's what our Y4C2Ts do. So I love having everyone repeat them every week. So let's all stand up together and we'll all repeat them together. You ready? Here we go. Win-win or no deal. Integrity. Do the right thing. Customers, they always come first. Commitment in all things. Communication. Seek first to understand. Creativity. Ideas before results. Teamwork. Together everyone achieves more. Trust starts with honesty. Equity. Opportunities for all. And success results through people. Great job, you guys. Sit down. Let me give you 3 quick things of KW culture. So, of course, that first one is customers. They always come first. The beauty of this is it could be on both sides. It could be your customer that you're dealing with. And then if you ever have gone to family reunion, Gary Keller shows the slide of how many people use the same agent as before. 12%. Only 12% of people use the agent you had before. That means you have the opportunity to adopt that buyer or seller that you were dealing with. What a great way to build your database. And it's a way that you can do it because it's KW culture. And the second thing of great KW culture is this. It's our KW behavior. It's when we consider the other person's viewpoint before responding. And when we respond, we can learn how to ask the next great question. When they say, well, I'm not interested in doing that. Well, let me ask you, why is it that you wouldn't have any interest in increasing your value, in increasing your net worth? You see, if you ask that next great question, it can bypass a lot of negativity. And that is great KW culture. And the third thing of great KW culture is this. When your calling expires, don't be critical of their old agent, because you never know if you're ever going to do a transaction with them. Instead, let that customer know how you can meet their needs. Why? Because that is great KW culture. And with that, I hope you guys have a great culture week.
All right, well, hey, do me a favor, turn to a person sitting next to you or someone who you don't recognize. Pick one of our Y4C2Ts, and if you would just share why that one stands out to you this week. On your mark, get set, go.
Right. I need to get to that point. That's my goal. Right, I'm ready to get to that for this show.
It's for that.
I need to get on the train.
I'll give you guys about 30 seconds on that. 30
I mean,
I know.
That's kind of classic.
All right. All right, come on back, come on back. So, what are you talking about? What are you guys talking about? What stood out this week to you from our Y4C2 team? Anybody? Anybody? We're talking about football? Is that what we're talking about? It's okay.
Valentine's Day, it's just love.
Well, there you go. Anything stand out in particular this week? What's up, the Chiefs? There you go. All right. Well, then there you go. And I think we will go with teamwork. Together, everyone achieves more. All right. Good deal. Hey, we just want to make sure we're integrating this into our lives, into our business. We really, truly represent something higher in our industry. Because we know there are plenty of people out there who will not, right? And so we want to be something to aspire to. All right, well, hey, congratulations to Caitlin Brophy. Caitlin had her first closing this month. And Caitlin's on the Suzanne Hove team, and I think she was one of the fastest new agent to transactions I've seen. She's phenomenal. And we look for great things from Caitlin. I think she's got like 2 or 3 in the pipeline right now. So
I love that.
good stuff. All right, let's talk about our new listings. We have 714 Long Beach Drive, Colton, 4-bedroom, 2-bath from Monica Correa. Monica, I feel like this one might not be available anymore.
It's we're doing the seller's counter offer right now.
Seller's counter offer right now. So
Waiting.
that's great. So when did it hit the market?
Thursday.
Thursday, and we are under contract Monday. Awesome. Very cool. Congratulations on that one. And we look forward to seeing that closing. All right, we've got 3255 Priscilla Street by Maria Magana. I don't think Maria is here today. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 822 square feet for $499. If you're looking for that opportunity, get in touch with them. And that is, where's that? Riverside. And a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 3,184 square foot home for $580,000 in Paris. That's a phenomenal price. And that is from Mary Brown Edwards, 3093 Barn Owl Drive. man, 3 bedrooms, 3 baths. That's a big 3-bedroom, 3-bath.
Yeah.
3,184.
I see that and I'm like, that is a big hackable house right there. Well, and that garage to me lends itself to an apartment, right? Right there. So you got a unit right there. Anyway, all I'm saying is that looks like, and for that price tag too, you could probably make that pencil as an investment if you're going to break it up into a couple units. So just something to consider. We'll talk a little bit more about legacy as we get on. But yeah, that kind of square. Anyway, I'm done. Hey, right now we have a little competition going, and we're not sure the prizes yet, but we have the Benton Group, as you know, is 3 market centers. We are Keller Williams Riverside. We are here in Riverside. It spans from Norco to Moreno Valley, where we've got a large territory. We have Keller Williams Temecula, and we also have Keller Williams Ann Arbor, Michigan. That's where the whole story of the Benton Group began. And we have a little competition between the market centers on how many people are going to family reunion. And we were winning until today. Ann Arbor just put one more person on their list, and quite frankly, we can't have that. Because they're in Michigan. And while Michigan sucks, and I understand why they want to go to Las Vegas, we are so close. This is such a good opportunity. So if you were on the fence about family reunion, get off the fence. It's never going to be easier to get there, and it's never going to be in such a place that's going to be so convenient for everything you want to do in addition. I have to tell you, family reunion is really, truly, you experience Keller Williams culture at a much higher level. And sometimes when we talk about culture, we talk about how nice we are, right? Our Y4C2Ts. That's part of it. But the other part of it is our culture is that we are incredible business people, right? And so what you have there are the top agents in the country. And I say that because we're the largest brand in the world. So the top agents from Keller Williams are the top agents in the country, right? And top agents in the world. And what happens is they just open their books and they tell you everything that they've done to be successful. I just, if you want to talk about shortcuts, models are shortcuts. Adopting the models and systems of successful people is how you become successful faster. Don't reinvent the wheel. Learn it from other people. Anything else anybody would like to add who's been to family reunion has experienced that? Brent, I see you smiling like the Cheshire Cat. What's up?
So, of course, this year, your 2 guest main speakers, Tony Robbins, the best in the business, right?
Mhm.
I don't know if anyone has ever seen him. If you all have seen him, I mean, to see the man in person is a whole nother level. And then Mel Robbins, no relation, but she is the top women speaker in the United States. And she has a book out, The 5-Second Rule. And it's motivation on how you can get going, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you get up and you go.
Mhm.
And so you just in that, let alone listening to Gary Keller, let alone listening to other millionaire real estate agents that are making big bucks and opening their books up, opening up, hey, this is what I do to get better. And I'll be honest with you, at first my wife wasn't going to go. We didn't have the best year last year, and so we were trying to look at that. But you know what? There's tickets that come up that something happens and people can't go. She just bought a gold pass, which gives you a lot of VIP stuff for like $600 less than what it was going for. So there are tickets and hotel packages available out there still. And so I would encourage you guys, it's Family Reunion 24 on Facebook, and you get on there and you can just see when that stuff comes up.
Mhm.
We went through the team leader's office in order to make sure that we didn't get ripped off with it, that we verified that it was good, and that's what you want to do. Protect yourself, be wise at it, but if you can get a deal on it, man, oh man, now is the time to do it.
Yep. And Leanne, I think you did the same thing,
Yeah,
right? Where
I
you
bought
were.
a ticket.
You
on
bought a
the
ticket?
Facebook.
Yep.
For $6.99.
There you go.
Very
And the
good.
agent reached out to, I think it was the agent reached out to me to verify that you were a real person.
Yeah, I told her. Yes, I have to send your contact information to this person and
Yeah.
so verify. So they
There you
did
go.
that.
Yeah. So, but
So
there's a lot of
scary,
opportunities,
man.
and then also the ticket price online. But we want to see you grow. And I just, if you want to have a different year, if you want to have your best year, if you want to be more, you have to change, right? You have to change. And so this is a catalyst for change, right? This is how, what get you moving. Sam, anything to add? I see you kind of took a breath in, like you were going to say something.
Oh, I was?
No, I don't know.
Well, then, said you call me out, yeah.
I do, yeah, I always do, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, look, family reunion, what's the other one?
Mega camp.
Mega camp and all the camps and all the unions and all that stuff.
Yeah.
If you're not ready mentally, it doesn't matter how many you go, and if you're not ready mentally, you're wasting your time. But here's the thing, 2024 is the time to have your best year ever.
Mhm.
You just have to decide that. And you have to go out there, take a look at the agenda and see what's what, and this is my goal, this is where I want it to go. And make that as a focus. Now, when you go there, have fun too. So it won't be just a business, it'll be a business write-off, by the way, it's really good for you,
Mhm.
right? You go out there, attend those things, make connections, and make it fun, then come back refreshed and apply what you learn. If you bring it in back and you apply nothing that you learn, at
Waste
least
time.
one or two,
Yep.
again, that was only a tax write-off. I
Yep.
had fun.
Absolutely.
So that's the worst could happen.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Back to the Tony Robbins thing too. Tony Robbins, so I started listening to Tony Robbins probably about 20 years ago. My dad had a CD set, and I borrowed it from him, and then never gave it back. But you know, I kind of joke around about I've been doing this cold plunge thing lately, right? I've learned that what you get when you cold plunge is you get to be really obnoxious to talk, because all you talk about is cold plunging. It's kind of like CrossFitters. Now I know what it's like to be that annoying. Anyway, but I started doing this thing, and what's fascinating about it is Tony Robbins was talking about cold plunges 20 years ago on that CD set. Right? That is how far he is ahead of the curve on a lot of these practices for motivation, for life change, for optimization. I mean, it's unbelievable, really, you know. And so to have access to that at this event is going to be just really, really incredible. I'm very excited for it. So if that, nothing else, and then in Gary Keller, and I'm going to move on, but in Gary Keller, you really have the Steve Jobs of real estate. I mean, there has been no single person who has been as innovative to our industry than Gary Keller. There's no argument made with that. So it's going to be a phenomenal conference. So if you can make it, please make it for you, for your business. But like Sam said, it's not about entertainment, it's about growth. So be prepared to become different. Cool. And then, so what's going on in our events? We've got Connection Point every Tuesday. Ignite starting January 29th. Ignite is where we master the models of the millionaire real estate agent. That is what it's about. It is about the foundational models that you will build your business on. It's about getting started right. And so if your business is not producing enough volume for you to cap every year, you need to go through Ignite again. That's just the long and short of it. So that is 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. and that'll be starting on January 29th. Contracts and disclosures with Kelly Duenas. Guys, we have to be good at these things. So that's 9 a.m. via Zoom, and Command workshops Tuesday, January 30th, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Row. Is that still happening?
Yep.
Because there's another event happening on January 30th for the region.
Which is?
That's the Mark King thing that's happening at the Ontario Hotel Airport thing?
Well, TBD.
TBD, okay, good. So
He's not on my list of attendees for that, so
I understand, but
Yeah, let's figure it out.
Row often gets sucked in as support for regional events. So, and hey, we got a Mentor Minute with Jen Ferris. Jen, what do you have for us?
Really want to brag on Monica. It's her second transaction. She just handled it so smoothly.
Mm-hmm.
And also want to brag on Mitchell. I mean, he's running his escrow with hardly any of my help.
Good, that's awesome. Nice.
So great.
Yeah, I asked Mitchell, I said, hey, escrow, and he goes, yeah. It was just like, yeah, I do this all the time. You know what I mean? Like, so, and I believe you will do this all the time, so that's great. And Monica, congratulations, first listing. So I expect to see many, many more.
Well,
So,
and I
good
want to
stuff.
say their mass open house, he buddied up with Monica, and they had, what, over 200 people?
Wow.
Probably over the whole weekend, about 150 Saturday and Sunday.
I mean, really? Just jump into the deep end there.
Yeah, but what does that tell you about the impact of the rate drop?
Buyers are back in.
Buyers are back, people, absolutely. And that means listings will be back more too, because most of the people who have listings also are buyers, and they were waiting for relief as well. So, the signs are good. Be in touch with your database. for sure. All right, which brings us to the content of today's meeting. Now, I say this all the time. Keller Williams is not the same as every real estate company. We're different. And what happened was, back years ago, Gary Keller ran a small Keller Williams office in Austin. It was an individual office. It was he and his partner. And they were, I think they were the top brokerage in Austin at the time. And then a disruptive startup moved into town, and they stole pretty much all of his top producers overnight. And it was also in the middle of a market downturn. And so it was like the worst financial thing that could happen to a real estate market, brokerage. And so Gary had two choices: move forward or give up. And so what he did is he called the remaining agents in his office and he said, hey, I want to meet with you guys. And they had a real heart-to-heart conversation about what would it look like for Keller Williams to be a brokerage that no one would ever want to leave. And so that's where things like profit share came from, right? They said, if the brokerage is going to grow, we think we should share in that growth. And Gary said, yeah, I think that's reasonable, profit share. They said, hey, if we're going to help you grow, then we think we should have a voice in the brokerage, how it's directed, like what's going on. If something's going to affect our ability to do business, we need to be able to have a voice in that. And Gary said, yeah, you're right. They said, we think that the culture of the markets, of the business is important. And so we want to have a hand in that as well. So that agents are more than just consumers, that they're partners, right? And so that came that. And from that, we had the ALC, the Agent Leadership Council, come into play. And, you know, it is very weird that at Keller Williams, our books are open, right? Every agent at Keller Williams, through your reports tab, can look at the financials of the Market Center, right? Try that at Coldwell Banker. Try that at RE/MAX. Try that at Realty Masters, right? It's not going to happen. But we say, yeah, these are our books, and we're accountable to it because we share back our profit to our agents, right? And so what we're going to do today is we're going to do a little bit, we're going to do our ALC meeting. Now this is very performative, right? But we're going to go through the ALC agenda with you because as agents, we want you to be passionate about this place. Because I believe that this place is a wealth determiner for you, and it can be. And so my goal for this Market Center is that we grow and we grow rapidly, and our growth is based on your business growth. But I want your business to grow because this Market Center is the kind of place that you want to come and get work done, right? It's the kind of place where you know that when you come in here, if you're not feeling up to it, you're going to run into somebody and they're going to challenge you, and you're going to hit your goal because I'm going to beat them because I love them, right? That's the kind of what I want. And so that comes out of the culture of the ALC. And so we're going to go jump into that. So we've got a couple of our ALC members here. I think everybody except for one. So why not introduce our ALC as we go? I'll start with back of the room. Bob Jacks, come on up and have a seat at the table. All right. And then Sam Offman. Sam is one of our agents. And I will go from left to right. Tyler Hungerford. Anywhere you want, guys, I think. Or is that right, Melanie? Anyway, and then Kevin Allen, come on up, sir. And then Suzanne Hove is our last member. Suzanne unfortunately had a vacation day scheduled today, so she will not be with us today, but I do have some notes from her about her stuff. Now, one of the things that's different about Keller Williams is consulting, right? I meet with our top 20% as often as they would like, but at a minimum, I try to do it once a month. And I consult on their business. The highest level of that consulting and accountability is with the Agent Leadership Council. And so I know their businesses, they know each other's businesses, they're open with their goals about each other, and that's kind of what happens here at this table. They also vote on things. Like if I said to them, hey, I want to add an extra fee that is going to be a $75 surcharge on every single transaction to cover my new executive assistant. I would bring that to the ALC. And they would say, Chris, you're so valuable and we love you so much, we agree, and the agent's going to be totally willing to pay for that. No, we'd probably argue about it a little bit, right? I would yell at you. There you go. But ultimately, he'd come around to my way. No, but that's the kind of stuff that we do, right? And so we're just going to go through this agenda real quick. I will lead the meeting, but we try to run Robert's Rules of Order. We're not very good at that, because I'm not very good at that, but I will go ahead and say we're going to call the meeting to order at 11:29 on Tuesday, January 23rd. Cool. Now, I also want to point out, the ALC is always public. We won't always do it at Connection Point, but you are always welcome and invited to attend, to be part of that conversation. But the only voting members are actually the Agent Leadership Council. Right? So, and really, by the rules, the only ones who can speak at a meeting. But we want you to know what's going on. So, so we're going to start with the first item on our agenda, which is market and market center updates. Melanie, is this our language of real estate?
It is.
Yes. Okay. So what we've handed out to the ALC today is what we call the language of real estate, and it is it's a very difficult looking form. Complicated.
Spreadsheet.
But basically what this is every month we compare ourselves to the market. And we look at what is CRMLS doing, what is our area of focus doing, and what are we doing, right? And so we're going to run through that real quick. And ALC, if you have any questions as we go, please shout those out. One of the things I want to point out on the CRMLS year to date, and this is essentially all of 2023, is on year to date CRMLS is all red, right?
Yep.
There's not one category in CRMLS, whether it was closed units, closed volume, listings taken volume, listings sold volume, contracts written or contract written volume, that is all red. And that was the context of 2023.
And it's all red double digits.
All red double digits, yeah.
All red double digits. That's important because that's the context that we're playing in, right? Now, if we move over to the next column, which is our month over month versus CRMLS, this was our December numbers. What are we seeing? What are we seeing there, Tyler?
We're beating the market by closed units. We're beating the market by almost 35%. Closed unit volume, we're beating it by 53%. Listings taken, we're losing by only 0.66.
Mm-hmm.
Listings taken by volume, we're pretty substandard with regards to that. It's 24%.
Okay.
Listings sold though, 53.92% above everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Listings sold volume 88.33%. Contracts written were up by 15%, and contracts written volume by 7%.
Yeah,
it's
so
pretty solid.
we basically kicked CRMLS's butt.
Oh,
last
yeah.
month. And I want to point out on the listings taken volume, CRMLS is huge, right? It's Los Angeles County, it's Orange County, it's San Diego County. And so we're starting at a deficit on volume there against a broad swath of it. So down 24% on volume, I'm not horrified by that. But the listings taken down 0.66, we're going to see that trend continue as we go through this.
Yeah, it'll probably go down.
Right. And
That's
well, I mean, yeah, our numbers on listings, if there's any one area of focus in the market center I think we really need to focus on, it's going to be our listings taken.
Of course.
Right?
Then you don't have to do it by our contract.
Absolutely. So, any other, Sam, Bob, Kevin, any other comments on that column before we move on?
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
I know we're beating the MLS and all that good stuff that makes you feel good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when you feel good, that's the time that you're not doing good.
I hear what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
I know where you're going.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's all good,
Right.
but
Yeah.
we need to be better.
I agree with you. When we judge how good we are based on how bad other people are,
Mm-hmm.
we're setting ourselves up for failure.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's where we're going to go to the Riverside month over month versus year to date. And so what we're looking at is we hand out language of real estate. Next time, next ALC member, we'll try to have some of these available for everybody. The year to date column you're going to see is I can point here. It's all pink, right? And so
Yeah.
this is us versus us is what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Month over month, we were up. We were up we were up on closed units, so that's November to December. We were up on closed unit volume, November to December. But again, we were down on listings taken, November to December.
Yeah.
And that's going to hurt us. Because listings are absolutely who controls the market.
Yep.
And like Monica just proved and Mitchell just proved, listings are power right now, right? But listings sold, we were up 53%, and listings sold volume, we were up, we were up 52%, and we were up 88% in volume. Contracts written 25%, and contracts written, just so you know, is open escrows. It's not like I wrote a contract, we don't track how many contracts you write because that would be insane. So when you see that contracts written, that is open escrows.
Cool.
And then contracts written volume is 21% up. The problem is year to date, everything else was down in double digits. Year to date, our closed units was down 22%. Our closed unit volume was 20% down. Our closed listings was 26% down. Listings sold 35% down. Listings taken 35. Listings sold 21, or actually 22. Listings sold volume 18. Contracts written 15. Contracts written volume 10. So we lost against ourselves. As the ALC, what are you guys, when you read that column, what are we missing? Is there something at a market center that we need to do to be addressing this?
I mean, it's the market, right? It's the market shift, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
That's on everybody. And when things start going down and the market becomes more challenging, that's the time that you really need to work double, triple, quadruple your effort just to stay at par.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Or barely.
Come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Or barely, right?
Yeah.
So if we keep doing whatever we were doing before, expecting the same result, well, guess what? A surprise, it won't be.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we all feel that, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So therefore, what do we need to do now in order just to be where we were? To double effort, triple, quadruple, work together more, maybe, you know, talk to each other about, hey, what works for you? Because some of us right now in this market actually thriving,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and the one who was thriving is driving down,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So just find out what they're doing, and maybe the answer is so simple,
Yeah.
but it's too simple for us to believe it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why when they have new agents are,
Mhm.
they fresh meat, yeah. They're fearless. They do whatever it takes.
What I-
8% interest rates don't help either.
They don't. No, it was hard. It was hard.
I mean, hey, yes.
Yeah. No, I agree. It was hard. And where I think, as a market center, I look at, okay, so Tyler, you were up. Kevin, you were up. And what I see in both of your businesses is just, and that's not, it's not you guys too, but consistency, right? I see people sitting at the table, it's consistency, the lead generating every single day,
Yeah.
right? Bob, you're making your calls. Tyler, you're making your calls. Kevin, you're doing your calls. Sam, you're working and you're doing your calls and your texts. And if there's any one thing I think we could do to bring the rest of the market center back up, is it how do we develop that culture of consistency with lead generation?
Well, if you show up and
Sure,
you're here,
yeah.
you hear other people working, you hear other people doing things, and it makes you want to do things. So it helps provide you opportunity to understand that there are other people working out here and making it happen, and it's just, you have the most amazing tool in your hand that's ever been created by man.
It's awesome for looking at social media.
Well, there it
no,
is,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But there are so many ways to make money in this industry. So it's just, what can you do? Who can you talk to? How many extra people can you talk to help
Mhm.
create that opportunity? So
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I talked the other day, David. We talked 30 minutes, just kind of masterminding on what you were doing, what I was doing, seeing if we could help each other, just talking, right? I mean, I walked the halls and he was the only one here. Besides me and my team, right? So, if you're here, you're going to have opportunities to talk to some of the top producers. Like Brent makes himself very available to a lot of people.
Mhm. Yeah.
All of us do as well.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
like, if you have questions, you need answers, well, we're here. So come talk to us or come mastermind with us.
Yeah. I mean, I'm lead generating every day on the phone, and for me, I Melanie will tell you, when I make an appointment, I come out, I'm like, that's one, and I usually be like, X number of calls to one appointment, and then I go back in my office and I go do my calls, right? I think you're right.
I think it's more intimidating to
stay home and try to lead generate on your own.
Man, it's so hard. I
Get
do
in-
that. I
get
do
in
the
here
laundry
where
and the
the-
dishes are dirty, so I gotta do the
Yeah.
dishes, and the
Okay.
baby's crying, so I gotta take care of
I
my.
agree with everything. So here's what how do we, as an ALC, inspire the market center to adopt that culture?
There is one thing he's just mentioned, really hit, it's so true, that there is so many ways you could make money in this business.
Mm-hmm.
There is so many shiny objects that we are gonna be, that we are attracted to. Let's say he does calls, well, I'm gonna do the same what he does,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not working for you. Well, he does door knocking, I'm gonna go door knock too. And you do it for a while, well, that's not working for you.
Mhm.
Oh, he does drop by, whatever, pop by, I wanna do that too as well. Well, you do it for a while, and it's not, it's already 12 months past. Man, this business, it doesn't work, you know? So, truly, find who you are. Who you are. You guys did you guys take the disc? I mean, we have the KPA, but did you take the disc profile? DISC, disc profile? Find out who you are, what you like to do. Be true to yourself. And whoever you are, that's what you like to do. That will guide you. I love to talk to people. Well, guess what? Your strength is talking to people. And be consistent with it. Day in, day out. That's it. Choose 2-3 things, that's it. But if we wanted, because what works for him does not work for me. I am not good on the phone talking to people about a cold call. No way. Not me.
Can I challenge you for 1 second though? As a new agent, do you know what you're not good at yet?
No.
So you have to commit to something for a period of time.
Yeah.
And be comfortable being uncomfortable, right?
Absolutely. At
Yeah.
the beginning, you gotta do it all. I
Yeah.
can find out where you're
Right,
at.
yeah.
I didn't start wanting to cold call people. I had a deathly fear
Yeah.
of the phone, right?
But I think Sam's right. I mean, I like to think of a juggler, right? If a juggler throws one ball in the air, he's got it under control.
Right.
He throws another ball, he can do that. Once they're under control, throw another ball, if they're all under control, he can do that. But if he throws 8 up at the same time, they're all gonna hit the ground.
Yeah.
Right? So you have to throw one at a time. I'm gonna commit to my database, or I'm gonna commit to farming. But don't try to do farming, database, door knocking, all those things, because you suck at all of them in the beginning, right? And it's not just in the beginning, it's if your business hasn't next leveled yet, commit to one thing, right? Whatever that might be. Anything else on that? And we'll discuss this a lot more through the year, because I really do, this culture of consistency is one I really want to make the heart of our market center, and I'm going to need the ALC to lead in that for sure.
Cool.
Because you guys are doing it. And Kevin and Bob, you guys are total examples of that consistent lead generation. Brent would like to speak. He's not a member of the ALC. I will allow it because of the context of
Here.
attention points.
We've got 3
Just
minutes
a
left on
question.
this item.
Okay, we have 3 minutes
Would-
left on this item. I
would
want
it
to get to
help
multi-year trends. Yes.
If anyone here asked a question of what we would need to focus on right now.
Here's why I'm
The-
not going to do that right now.
And that's fine,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just am wondering, you know, as past ALC and all that, hearing what they need sometimes
Yeah.
helps us to make decisions in that, so
Yeah.
that's all I.
Well, here's what I
do that
want.
at the end.
So you guys you can see them. I want you to get used to talking to them, right? If there's something in the market center that's not working, I know sometimes people don't want to talk to me, talk to them, right? Now, if they're busy doing
I'll
lead
yell at them.
generation,
It's cool.
they're gonna tell you, I'm busy doing my lead generation, can we talk later, right? But, and then if we have some time at the end today, we will. But
Cool.
I wanna get to the
Yeah.
multi-year trends. So, Weird Keller Williams, you can pull this report up on your KW Connect. This is our multi-year trends. You can see what the market center's been doing over the last, 5 years?
Yeah.
More than that, 13 years, wow. And so there's a couple items I want to highlight to the ALC today. And Brent, I will ask for your input in just 1 second. The market center grew in agent count by 10% last year, 9.9%, so that was great. And I would like to say, Samantha did a phenomenal job with our new emerging agents.
Yes, she did.
And having those conversations. We definitely wouldn't be near that number without her. We also had some teams join us, the various teams join us. That was great. We had the Fusion team join us. We had Suzanne Hove team join us. So that really was helpful in that count. So we brought in people who sell real estate too, which is great. Brent, just real quick, I know you're not part of the LC this year, but do you have an idea of how many agents left the industry this year?
We're having our meeting tomorrow, I'll have the update for it, but I believe it was 22%.
22% of the industry left last year. We grew by 10%. So that's,
How many
Do
agents?
you know what that means? Like, that's just like less people to compete against?
oh yeah, it's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And the beauty about
Market
that
share,
is,
baby.
even if you kept at the level that you were at, whatever you sold, because so many people fell away, that just elevated you and where you are in the market.
Yep.
So,
That's
it's
great.
not a bad thing, don't be down on yourself if you didn't sell a whole bunch more.
Yep.
Think about those people left and now you've increased your value.
The other,
How many realtors are total?
What, 1.4 or something like
One
that?
million 400. Yeah.
Million four,
He
right?
said, he said.
And I'm seeing with Ivar, with it, so there's,
Oh, wow. Oh, I've
Are
already.
you talking about California?
no,
I believe it was 4,200.
so Ivar lost
22%?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
huge.
there's some that were a lot bigger than that.
What
Yeah.
about Taiwan? Do you know?
But, and just hear that though, because like how many people say I've got a cousin or a brother or an aunt
Well,
or an
that's it.
uncle?
Yeah.
Come on now.
20% less.
Yeah.
Right?
So,
That's great.
So out of
Yeah.
420,000, 84,000 people left.
Right.
84,000
Right,
in California. It just
And we
gets
grew.
here.
and we grew.
That's a great conversation, right?
So the other thing is just to point out on the next page, our gross agent gain was 118 agents. So that means 118 joined us. But our net was significantly less than that. Our net agent growth, meaning the agents who, our actual growth was
19?
18, yeah.
19, yeah.
19. So that means we can do better on retention. It also means that market center, that market trend of 20% leaving affected us, but we out-recruited the trend, right? We outgrew the trend, which is what we focus on. Because we know that agent count correlates to profit. That's just a standard of the industry. And so we're going to continue to grow that. And our goal this year, Melanie, what's the growth goal this year? 96 net, I believe, which is a
Yes.
substantial goal.
96
Um,
net,
That's not great.
13 summer.
All right, if you look at our sales volume per agent, that was actually up 43%.
Where are we at?
This is on page 5.
Got it.
And I'm skipping through this today, guys. We'll go into more detail the next meeting. And our listings taken volume was down 4.8%, but again, against the market. So we sold more volume this year, but we didn't increase our listings. So that means that we had too many, not too many, but we had an unbalanced amount of buyers this year. We have to become listings focused. We absolutely have to become listings focused.
You need people to buy those listings though, buddy.
Absolutely. Yeah, you do, and that's true. Melanie, what were the other numbers we said we were gonna go to? I'm not finding my notes here today.
Listings sold is 5.4% up year to date,
That's
actually.
cool.
Mm-hmm,
So
Suck it.
we didn't take as many, but we did sell more.
right.
And the volume, 132%
Right.
up.
Oh, all right.
So, but here's the thing, our company, so our volume was how much up?
132%.
That's-
132%.
That's month over month. over, yeah.
24.6.
Oh, 24%, I'm sorry, you're
We're
right, that was
20
month, that was month over month.
So roughly 25% up on volume. Our company dollar was down 26%.
Yay.
The company down, so that means we sold more property, but as a company, we made less money. And I'll give you some insight into why, because I don't want you to think we're mishandling the books. We onboarded a team from Coachella Valley.
Oh, yeah.
That's a market center that's incubating. And in order to help that market center get off the ground, they've got a pretty sweetheart deal that we actually just renegotiated because they didn't leave us quick enough. So we'll be bringing in more revenue from them.
Cool.
But the unit count is inflated because they did 100 units and we weren't collecting as much company dollar to try to get them started as quickly as possible.
Yep.
So moving forward, we're going to be bringing in quite a bit more revenue with them to encourage them to get their market center started. So just to kind of let you know that is part of the reason that is there.
They got too comfy.
They got too comfy. I just want to point out too, the overarching picture with all the pink we talked about, there's a lot of negative. I think it's really important to say that we were in the black all year. We did not have one red month at Keller Williams Riverside. And as an industry, that's not the universal story. We've seen a lot of brokerages move out of their space. I know of one brokerage that left their building and moved into a shared office workspace. We were in the black, meaning we were profitable every single month this year. Not our best profit month, but we were profitable every single month. Or not our best profit year, but we were. And in real estate, in a down market like this, we have enough experience in our group to know that you get through the market. Right?
Yeah.
Sam, you said that this is the time to start working because we fully expect the market to bounce back in a big way.
In a big way.
In a big way. So, okay, let's talk about growth goals, and then we're going to end the connection part of the meeting. We'll stay here for the ALC, rest of the ALC meeting, but we also have a vendor we have to get in. So, ALC growth goals. We got a little. Let me quick go through market center goals. Can I see the GPS? Sorry, thank you. As a market center, our goal this year is 96 agents net. That's a huge net number. We've got a very ambitious number. So you'll see Sam and myself and the whole team engaged in this. This is where your referrals as ALC, so I can build your downline, come in really handy. I had an 8 referral goal for this month, and I think I've had 4 referrals so far. So we need to, I'd love to up that from the market center and from you guys.
Okay.
And I will be shouting it out every time for you to lead the way. So that means we need to recruit 158 gross in order to net 96. I want 8 of those to be R2s, and an R2 in our world is someone who sells 8 or more. I want 28 of them to be people who sell real estate, somewhere between 1 and 8, and 60 of them to be zeros, people who are brand new agents. It means we need to bring in 13 per month, and we did 7 this month so far. So we got a little slow start. We're gonna have some catching up to do. And then I have my priorities. My other goal is 30 listings sold per month. I want this market center listing and selling 30 properties a month, and it makes a huge difference to our profit share if we can get those escrows at Madison Avenue escrow. Right? That allows us to share way more profit. And then my other priority is every agent in the market center has at least we have an agent average of 3+ units sold a year. Now, obviously, the Kevin Allens of the world are going to sway that average, but I want our top people to grow, and I want our emerging agents to sell. Because when we as a market center have a 3+ average, we on average profit share around $200,000, and that's my goal this year is to get back to $200,000 of profit share. That's where we were in 2021, and that's where I want to get this year. So those are my goals for the market center, and I would appreciate you holding me accountable to that. I'll be posting my 411 on my window, so you can see it, and then you can call me on it and say, Chris, how many calls did you make? How many appointments did you have? All those things. Tyler, what's your goal for this year?
88 units, 50 million.
88 units, 50 million. And do you have any idea of the lead indicators that you need to hit every month to get to that?
We need at least, what?
To double everything.
Yeah, literally double what we were doing last year. So I need probably 8 appointments a week. That means we need at least 1,000 calls of probably, oh gosh, we're doing what, 400 a week now?
4.
Yeah, we double our volume for a call, so we're doing about 400 a week.
Okay.
Which puts us at 1,200 for the month, which puts us at, I guess, what do you guys think? I mean, that should be good. I hope. We'll see. I gotta get more leads.
Okay. But that's the conversation
We'll get
ALC
all
we
that,
can
right?
have, and when we follow up on consults, I can say, how are you guys doing hitting your call goal, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, we're hitting it. I go over with them every day.
Cool.
What's your listing buyer?
Oh, I'd like it to be 50-50, but it'd probably be 60-40, more than likely.
Bias towards
60
listings.
listings and
Yeah.
40% buyers, more than
Okay.
likely.
All right.
Tyler, are you adding to your team or fine tuning your team to reach your goal?
I am fine tuning the team at the moment, but I am absolutely have the eye for more talent. I have 2 desks available in my office, so I'm trying to add at least 2 agents who are, hungry, humble, and smart, who want to go out there and really drive their business.
Yeah.
We did great for Edgar last year. He's already got tons of appointments. Robert had an incredibly good year. We doubled your business last year. It's all kept a very consistent business.
So if you
so-
have agents that you know in your world who are having a rough year and they may be looking to align with the team, that's the
Yeah,
kind of
I would
referrals we love, right?
One last
Yeah.
question, what percentage of English-speaking clients and Spanish-speaking clients?
Oh, it was what, we had what, maybe 5 Spanish-speaking clients last year? Total of 41,
Okay.
so not a lot.
I do want to get back to ALC meeting
Sorry.
though, because we can't, it's not a
I just
mastermind
wanted
right
one
now.
last
So, a great question for a sidebar. And then, good, I love those goals. Sam,
Sorry.
tell me about it. What are you shooting for this year? And any idea of the lead indicators?
Yes, we are gonna go down to earth to 25, what we
Okay.
used to do.
Okay?
And my son is called my wife. We need to close about 2.2%, 2.2 deals a month.
Okay.
And we need to go on 4 appointments. Look how simple that is, 1 a week.
Yep. 1 a week. Okay. Good. Bob, what's the goal?
A lot more than last year.
All right. Yeah.
The only thing that made me good last year, we had some higher sales.
Okay.
Because when I only did 12 deals last year, but it was
Okay.
9.1 million, so
Okay.
it wasn't too bad. Normally, we're at 25 to 30
Units?
units, and
Okay.
I want to get back up to at least 30.
Okay. So 30 units, we say, is the goal for this year. And then, do you have any idea of the numbers you need to hit to get to your 30? As far as appointments or calls or?
But we need to push it up a lot more than last year. We're usually, it's me and my wife both call.
Yeah.
We're usually between 75 and 100 calls a day, but we need to put, I want to push it up to about 125 to 150.
Okay.
Wait, I have a question.
Yes.
A day, 100 a day?
Yeah.
Are you closing 10?
Huh?
Are you closing 10 a year? I close 12 a year?
Yeah, last year we
Okay,
weren't up that high.
there's something that.
My wife was sick last year, so there was a lot of.
Yeah.
Oh.
My wife is better than I am.
Yeah.
Well,
When it comes to buyers,
And your model really favors first-time home buyers
Yeah.
too. And so that was a rough year for first-time home buyers as well, so. yeah.
Brazil speaks Spanish, and half of our buyers are first-time home buyers.
Mhm.
Half of them don't speak English, so I'm just the dumb white guy that drives the car around. And the smart one, when I go to speakerphone,
Yeah.
she's the one that does all the business.
Okay.
this guy is amazing at calling and persistent and consistent at what he
Mhm.
does.
Mhm.
And that's his forte.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Well, and Bob is also very creative to get the deal done as well, right? He's done everything from first-time home buyers to flipping mansions in Malibu, right? So.
Well, it's because he's in a
Yeah.
parade.
Yeah.
All is up for me.
All right, let's go Kevin now, and then we'll talk about chairs real quick. I want to get that in front of them, but Kevin, goals this year.
36 transactions, do 300,000 GCI.
Okay. All right, and then your lead indicator is 20 calls a day, or 20 conversations a day?
Yeah, 20 conversations a day, and between calls and door knocking, and then I'm looking to do at least 5 listing appointments a month.
Okay. All right. Cool. Good. So this is the accountability that I want to have with this group. I know we've in the past talked about the scoreboard. How many units do you have? And I just personally, in my business, am looking at the fact that the scoreboard's too late. And so I really want to have the accountability around lead indicators. You know, the calls, the contacts, the appointments, because we know that those are the numbers that lead to the scoreboard. And that's the conversation with markets we're going to be having. I'm going to push on, and I don't know where we are on the agenda, Melanie. Yeah, let's go to ALC committees right now.
That's where we are.
So each ALC member heads a committee in the Market Center. And those committees can be anything from our finance committee, really going through the books with me, to our culture committee, which really looks out of the Market Center to how do we serve our community. Suzanne Hogue is heading our culture committee this year. Suzanne is not here, but she's got some phenomenal ideas for how we can do what we call our Red Day. If you're not familiar with that, Red Day is one day of service we go out. And Melanie, what are some of the things she's talked to you about? I know she's been in your office chatting about that a
There's
little bit.
the
Olive Crest,
Yes.
yeah. So, she had the idea of, you know, how, like Brent, you take a listing and maybe it's a trust and somebody passed and then you've got all this stuff that you gotta get rid of. So like donations for the people in Olive Crest that are
It's
getting
just-
into new homes, that
Right.
we can help kinda, you know.
Olive Crest
Don't-
is transitional housing for
Right.
kids who grew up in the foster system.
They're
So
for
it's an
18 to
incredible-
22-year-olds, I think
Yeah.
it is. So it's a very crucial age, like adulthood, if that's what you want to call them.
Well,
or
the
18-year-olds.
statistics around how many of
Yeah.
those kids end up.
Exactly. So it's to
Yeah.
kind of help them get started and feel good about the place that they're going to be in and this new phase of their lives.
I love that. I love that. And I can tell in the room some hearts swell just hearing it. So, so if you would like to be on our culture committee, get in touch with Suzanne and be a part of that. I mean, really, it's a phenomenal. That's just one of the ideas, but we want the committee to really direct that. Tyler, what's your committee this year?
You told me it's growth.
There you go. Thank you. Well, we've talked about it. Right? What does growth mean, Tyler?
Growing always in all ways, right, Sir Ant?
Mhm.
So yeah, just trying to help you guys grow your businesses, however I might be able to do that, and then you help us grow this market center in terms of getting more people here that
Growing
would
your
like to
downline,
be
yeah.
here.
Yep.
Grow your downlines, grow opportunities, which I still
Mhm.
don't get the downline thing, but I'm new. It's cool.
There you go. So tell me, you sent me an email yesterday about ideas, and I apologize.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So what were some of the ideas you had for that?
Like, what can we do to interview people that are here? Like, interviewing them about their business and how they're growing their business and how this market center's helped kind of provide them opportunities. You know, like talking to Jen and talking to you about what do you do
Our goal
for
is
your.
36 units this year.
That's awesome.
No speaking, Jen.
So like, what we can do to like, what is your goal for your new team? You know, for the mentees. How do you teach them? What does that look like?
Right.
Then we market that, right? Here's what we do to help new agents provide opportunities to help them grow their business from start to finish.
I love it. I think it'd be something called like agents talking to agents.
Yes, I think that's pretty cool.
That'd be
You
cool.
know?
Yeah. Good. All right.
Brent, what do you do for your Popeyes? Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that. That helps.
Spinach.
Yeah.
Good. Well, if you're interested in being part of that growth committee, Tyler
we're
will
gonna
be
have
part of
parties.
that committee. You know, and we'll be having opportunities to sign up for these things officially. Sam, you and I talked this morning, and I just laid this one on you. I asked you about it, but what are you so passionate about that you found out this morning?
Tell me the name of the things that we're going to
Tell me.
It's legacy and investment.
Yeah. No, we. All right. So, you guys maybe heard me before about this.
What?
You work so hard to make other people money. You're quiet. You realize their equity. You sell them a house. You do all that. And you make how much you make, your commission. And you get involved into that thing. You forget about yourself. You're happy because you have a job. Maybe you become rich, but you will never be wealthy. We need to switch that a little bit. I learned that long ago. I have a story I could share with you later on when I was bankrupt, because I was thinking of that and I started all over again, right? So we are going to be talking about you actually being involved for yourself, to enrich yourself, to buy a hole in the wall somewhere.
Yep.
We will talk about your spending habits, where that money coming in and put it in. We're going to be bringing in people who actually is doing it and who have done it.
Mm-hmm.
From this office and outside too, for them to talk to you about these things. And whatever they talk about, we're gonna take it and make it as a homework, so we can apply what they say. Otherwise, if we hear it, what good is it,
Yeah.
right? So there's a lot of good things coming here. It's for your own good,
Yeah.
all right? It's time to make you rich, to be wealthy.
Mm-hmm. Yep, good deal. I'm excited about it. And when Sam and I talked about it this morning, he mentioned how lucky we are to have Cosme in the office and Araceli, who are on this path. And you've only been doing it for like 3 years, right? Your investment path, 3 or 4 years? No, how long?
We've been involved in investments for about 8 years.
8 years,
But
okay.
I started the business working with investors.
Nice,
So
nice.
20-some.
Great business.
So,
Great business.
Absolutely, we'll be tapping into
So I started
our
too.
wealth. I know, Kevin, you've got rental properties, and Brent has rental properties, and Sam's got properties, and so,
You should hear about what frickin' Brett does with his rental properties. It's awesome.
there you go. And
I
so we'll
love
be
it.
hearing those
It's
stories,
so cool.
and really, we want like I say, every person here is a business owner, and that business is diversified from your sales and your investments. It's from your income and your wealth, right? And that's what we want to build. So, Bob, we talked about your committee chair, where we landed on.
Norco.
Bob is going to chair Norco for us this year, absolutely, and really building the culture over there, yeah. So, off the top of your head, anything stand out that you think would be a fun thing for that committee to work on this year?
Christmas break.
Huh?
Christmas break.
Yeah, we worked on it.
We'll do that. Maybe we can get some more people there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got it too. I'm working on it.
No, Anne's a lot of fun with her grandkids, but
Yeah.
we need someone that's
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
a realtor in the office, not our general manager.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
what I
Tanya
wanna-
had her own
and-
frickin' float.
And one of the things I'm gonna look for from the Norco committee is really, guys, we have to embrace this idea that we're a regional company. And you have to use that as your selling value as well, right? You're not just a little company in one place, you're a regional company. And so we want Norco that's our outpost over there, and we wanna own everything from those hills to those hills, right? It's us, it's ours. So we'll be working on that together. I'm sorry, Bob, I'm crunching on time. Any last words before I get to Kevin?
Well, Keller Williams is so big, and any office will let you in.
Mm-hmm.
I've been getting a lot of stuff, Palm Springs and Palm Desert and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But they tell me what office are you at?
Yeah.
I'm Keller Williams.
Yep.
I use the Palm Springs office. I use the La Quinta office.
Mm-hmm.
They have offices there, and if I walk in and use their
Yep.
office there, I'm using the office.
Yeah.
I'm not lying or anything.
No, totally. At KW, again, that's our collaborative spirit, right? It doesn't matter where you are, you're KW. Kevin, you are our education chair this year. Tell me about it, Kevin. What are you thinking?
So I've been with Keller all along in my 18 years, and Keller's just, I mean, we are like the #1 real estate training company in the world. So to be a part of that and just to, I've told people before, be like, okay, where should I start my career? This is the place. And like, there is so much available to you here. I'm like, if you are not successful within this KW family, I might be doing some consulting with you about what career you should be in, because there's so many opportunities. There's so many brains to pick. There's so many resources
Yes.
that we want to be that open book company to share. Hey, this is what's working for us in this market. There's plenty of business in there for all of us.
Yeah.
So how can
I mean,
we share that and be collaborative?
It doesn't matter where you are in your career. There's somebody or some model or some system to take you to that next level. And so what I'm excited about in this committee is, having the input of our agents. Like Alice Beechel the other day messaged me, or we talked about it in the consult, and she said, what I'd really love is some training on best practices when accepting a contingent offer, right? And I thought, yeah, phenomenal. That's high level stuff, right? And we all kind of wing it sometimes, but to have that, that's the kind of input we want from you guys is what's relevant to the market now that we need to be training on, right? And how can we do that as a market center, as our education committee? So yeah, so thank you, Kevin, for taking that chair. I'm gonna we're gonna take a recess from the ALC meeting because we have Connection Point ending now at 12, and we have a vendor, a sponsor to come on in. Oh, that's pretty much it. Oh, good, that's it. We talked about some other things.
Yes.
I will be reaching out to you guys privately about referrals if you have anybody else in your world.
Get your
Sam,
family
Lisa,
reunion tickets
thank
if
you for the
somebody
one you
here
guys
can
sent
come.
me.
Who's someone?
Anybody?
All right.
Just saying.
Oh, family reunion, yeah, it is part of your
You
covenant.
need
So
one more to beat Ann Arbor and you win a
Bob,
prize.
I
All right.
think that's you.
landing the plane.
Hey, come on, I want a prize.
Who is our sponsor for today? It is Rebecca Diaz, sales associate from Richmond American Homes. Rebecca, are you here?
Let me know.
Bex, you were in the back.
All right.
Come talk to us. Let's hear about new homes. Guys, 30% of the market is buying new homes. If you're not talking about new homes, you're
Yeah, come on up, tell us about it, Rebecca. We got, and I'm sorry, we were a little crunched on time.
That's
but
okay,
yeah,
that's
let us
okay.
know what you got.
This
Take
is
your
my
time.
partner Julio. I'm Rebecca Diaz.
Hello.
Thank you for having us. We really appreciate the opportunity to come share with you about our beautiful community in South Paris. We have about 75 more homes to build in South Paris, right off of Ethernac. It's in the lovely area of Paris, as I like to say.
Okay.
And I've provided the brochures
Cool.
in the back. So we have 6 floor plans. All the floor plans are in here. We have a price sheet with details on all of the included features. Our homes are finished all the way through upgraded countertops and upgraded flooring. So everyone's really liking our new building model.
Cool.
They know the price, they know the interest rate, and they know their payment and cash to close when they come in the door. So it makes it really nice.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and then we've also provided some flyers. This is our quick move-in. We had a home buyer that had to cancel. So we do have a quick move-in. It is in the back for you to review. It's priced at $625, and that includes our solar. So the solar is included on this particular home. As you know, in new homes, it's either lease or solar, so we have both options. And so that flyer is back there for you. Brokerage is 2% for standard across the board for all sales. We're offering a subsidized financing, 5.375 on FHA and VA, plus 10,000 towards closing costs.
Great.
And 5.875 on conventional, plus $10,000 on closing costs.
So you
that's
could buy that
wonderful.
down another 2 points, basically.
You could, yep, absolutely. I have someone right now that we're working on buying it down additionally.
Cool.
So that's the big promo right now. The pricing starts at $517 to like $625 on our biggest home.
Okay.
And beautiful, beautiful location in Green Valley Ranch, just right off of Ethernac and the 215.
Do you have single families as well, or single stories as well as 2 stories?
3 single stories and 3 2 stories. So
Perfect.
we've got a nice mix for all buyer profiles.
Good.
Question?
So I know a lot of new builders have priority lists. When you release these 75 homes, how fast do they typically get reserved or filled up of that priority list?
I have, what do we have, 6? We have like 6 inventory homes right now. We have like 6 inventory homes right now that'll be ready March through May. So we're releasing 3 out every month to build. So we have a couple of people on the waiting list for specific home sites in another phase release. But we still have inventory.
How many additional phases do you have available?